Okay, great. Well, it's a pleasure to be here at the Visionaries Gala with one of the top 25 from the ROCCO 100, Jordi Martinez from Vodafone Carrier Services. How are you tonight?
I'm great, thank you, Jason. It's been a great 2 days, and certainly we're going to have a lot of fun tonight.
We had an amazing speech from you in the last couple of days about your life story. I know it was something very personal and very different for you to present. How did you feel?
I realized that it's easier for me to speak about 5G than about myself, but I really liked it. I really liked it. It was a really nice experience.
That's fantastic. Yeah. Thanks so much for bringing the entire team to here, and we hope you have a fantastic evening.
Thank you, Jason. Thank you. Thank you for organizing. Thank you.
I'm here with the lovely Cara Murphy. How are you tonight?
Fabulous, thank you. And what a wonderful venue this is.
You look absolutely fantastic.
Oh.
I know you've been preparing for a few weeks.
A few months.
Yeah, it's great to see people dressed up, isn't it?
Isn't it? I know. I don't think I've dressed up since pre-COVID, so this is a real treat.
Dressing up like this, I don't think I've dressed up like this in 10 years.
I know. No, it's wonderful. Thank you so much for hosting this.
Now, I mean, you're here tonight because you are in the top 5 of ROCCO 100 2020. How did it feel to be recognized?
Shocked. Couldn't quite believe it. Honoured. Humbled. I could go on. Yeah, no, it's wonderful. It's wonderful to recognise all these great people in the industry because very little is done in that sort of way for our community. So yeah, it's just wonderful, and I'm extremely grateful.
No, the thing is, for me, is you've done a lot of work for the industry. You've always been very passionate and committed, so it totally makes sense for me. And it's so great that you could come here tonight and to get your award.
Oh, thank you, Jason. It's a real honour to be here. Thank you.
Thanks also, Cara, for supporting us since the very start of ROCCO. You've always been there for us. You knew what we were doing and you encouraged us. So I really want to thank you for that.
Well, it's our pleasure. I mean, I see great synergies both personally in what you're doing with IO and Genesis, but also from Next Gen perspective, trying to move the industry forward. I mean, gosh, we've been almost stagnant for 15 years? Yeah. So this is fabulous that we can move at pace with some agility as well with this great collection of people.
Fantastic. Cara Murphy, enjoy your evening.
So much, Jason. Thank you.
I'm here with Luc Lamoureux, who's been one of our lions during Genesis 2022. What was the experience like of being a lion, Luc?
It was great, actually. Better than I anticipated. Yeah, it was great. It was good to see everybody explaining their solution, all the innovations coming up, even though we think roaming is as old as Earth is, it's still innovating. That's great.
It was amazing to see such a diversity of solutions. And, it made you aware that it's incredible what this industry is bringing. I mean, there was fraud and security solutions, there was roaming, there is messaging. Is it hard to keep up?
It is, because it's so diverse. And you also forgot to mention the cybersecurity, which is something that's brand new, but it's what's happening right now. We got to deal with that. And we've got new technology coming in. It's different, but we also have to go back to other technology. So yeah, it's a great mix.
And some MNOs, they said that this was a great way for them to kind of sit back and learn what they should be thinking about in terms of the vendor solutions on the market. Do you feel that as an MNO, is that something that it helped you a little bit with that?
Yeah, I do agree with that. And the thing is, in roaming, we encompass so many things in the network. It's not just customer service or the experience. It goes from the technology all the way to people don't care, they just want the phone to work. But there's a lot in between. So yeah, it helps because they explain in depth, and whatever they say, it's not what you get from a speech, from a normal vendor speech. It's more a collaboration, so it was great.
It was fantastic that you took the opportunity to be a lion. I would definitely invite you back. You're a great lion. Thank you so much, Luc.
Thank you, Jason.
the lead sled dog.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Back.
I'm sorry?
The view never changes if you're in the back.
That's true. And you've always been in the front, at least in my mind. Thank you so much for coming tonight. You're here because you're receiving an award because you were in the top 25 of the ROCCO 100 2020. How did it feel?
I was flabbergasted. I think the word honored, humbled has been thrown around quite a bit, but it's just the fact that it's a peer-to-peer nominated, supported award just really was amazing. I mean, it was a nice culmination to a lifelong career. It was a nice jersey.
So are you still happy that you gave up your career as a history teacher to become a telecom specialist?
I have never regretted leaving, but I have always carried along the teacher in me when it comes to helping those coming up behind me and bringing them up and making sure that our next, generation of employees are able to take the reins and run with it and make telecoms better than it ever was.
And I really see you as a person doing that. I see you championing people, sponsoring people in your own way to bring them forward. And I think, it's so great that you could come tonight and be recognized.
I would not have missed this for the world. So thank you.
Now, you have to take a question from this hat and answer it. Yeah.
Do I prefer to call or send a message? It's both. I'll send a message asking, can you talk? Do you have time to talk? Because I hate calling someone for a chat. I'm assuming we're talking personal. Business is always a phone call. And catching them at an awkward time. And then they're like, oh, I'm busy right now, I can't talk to you. Because I think that's more disappointing. So I'll do both. I'll send a message and then plan the call.
That's excellent. Thank you so much for being here tonight. And I know this is, to come here, it's just been a long journey for you. You've come all the way from Montana. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having. Appreciate it.
Hey, I'm here at the Visionaries Gala with David Vigar. David, you are one of the ROCCO Top 25 this year. How do you feel?
I'm very excited and very grateful to be here. This is a really fantastic venue, and it's nice to see so many friends and colleagues from so many years in the industry.
You gave a great presentation yesterday about CPaaS and about how the industry is evolving in messaging, and I think it was really, really helpful to a lot of people. What's the next step for Twilio? What are you guys working on at the moment?
Really, it's everything consumer engagement. Our mission is to help businesses and consumers talk to each other, and that manifests in many ways, giving more channel options, providing the framework to enable a better conversation, just making that journey easier, bringing in new features that can give consumers a much better experience in the mobile ecosystem. For myself, I'm also moving into pastures new, so I'm going to be working on digital identity, and we've obviously seen a couple of presentations today on that topic. So after 10 years, leaving messaging behind.
That's fantastic. We're really glad you could come. Thank you so much. We hope you enjoy the evening and have some great drinks and like your award.
Thank you, and I really wanted to give a shout out to the diversity of people in the 25 and the 100. I was particularly enjoyed Sam Chawanda's presentation. I mean, and I've known Sam for many years. He and I are good friends, and it really reminded me I've been dealt a very good hand in life. Sam has had to work extremely hard to get to where he's got to, and that the last thing he said, that he wants to go and find a child in Africa who doesn't have hope and tell them that there is. That really was a powerful message.
He had me in tears. I think it was from the second minute he started talking. I had the tissues there because as an entrepreneur, I understand a little bit about what he's talking about, but I totally agree with you. David, thank you so much for coming tonight.
Thank you so much for having me.
Hi,
E.
I'm here with Travia.
Yes, I'm here with Jason.
I once interviewed Travia before, and it was a real pleasure always. Thank you so much for coming tonight. You're in the top 25 of ROCCO 100 2020. How do you feel?
I'm super excited. It's a great feeling to be recognized by industry peers. It's a great feeling overall to get any kind of recognition. We never do. It's a thankless job. And what you and the team have done here, it's groundbreaking. We really appreciate it.
Thank you so much. It was amazing. Amazing. Everybody enjoyed it. You know what I'm talking about. Your presentation yesterday of your life story.
My life story with the embarrassing photos to boot, yes.
The fact you showed the embarrassing photos made it all the more special.
Yes, Jason, you already know we're friends on Facebook. I put whatever I want out there because it is me. It is me, no sugarcoating, no right light, no good pose. It's all me.
Well, you always seem to look great. Now, I'd like you to take a question from this hat and answer it.
Okay. Who is the most inspiring person for you and why? Wow. Who can I think about?
It's probably going to be a family member or somebody in business.
I was gonna say, so my mom, if I'm being really real, although we're not on speaking terms now, but my mom, I mean, you saw the photo yesterday. She had 3 kids, no family support, no husband. And at the time, she wasn't even educated. I mean, eventually she had her degree and she was a teacher. But she held down domestic jobs. She was cleaning. She was working in a hotel. At a point, she was a cook as well. And she slaved, basically, to send us all to school. And when I look back on it, although it was a really tough childhood, I say to myself, even with the resources that I have today, I could never do what she did. I could never, ever, ever do what she did. And for every time she fell down, she got back up. It might not have been in the textbook best way, but she managed. She had to make it work. At a point, she decided that she was going to go back to school. She decided that she wanted to be an educator, and she went and she did it, regardless of the fact that this was happening when she was probably close to 40. But she went and she did it, and she's very inspiring for me. I always admire her strength, her tenacity, and just for always staying the course.
I'm quite sure she's probably you're an inspiration for her as well.
So I hope so, yes.
No, you're really, it's great that you've been recognized, because I've followed your career over the years and you do deserve some credit, girl.
Thank you, Jason. I appreciate it. And I was just talking to someone today, and I also mentioned to them that I'm very proud of you as well, because when you started ROCCO, for me, I'm very afraid, I think, of making big, bold steps, or so I tell myself. And then when you started, I was like, oh my God, what is he doing? What is he doing? But to see what you have built and to how this has grown, it's also very inspiring. So very proud of you for that.
Thank you so much, Travia. Have a wonderful evening.
Thank you. I'm sure it will be great.
Great. Thank you so much for coming. What? Just one question? Alex, you're in the top 25 for ROCCO 100. How do you feel?
Amazing. It was a huge surprise, to be honest. Yes. That's the one question.
That's the one question?
I don't know.
You're so humble. Would you like to take a question from the hat? You see how I'm persuasive.
What's your vision of the perfect company? It's a company where the employees can have fun while they're doing their best, and that lets them do their best. I think that's the perfect company.
Thank you so much, Alex, for joining us tonight. And I hope you enjoy some nice drinks and your reward. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
It's a great pleasure to be here with Stephanie Tati. How are you tonight?
I'm feeling great. Thank you for having me once again.
I'm actually interviewing a CNN TV host for the first time. So,
How do you feel it?
I feel great. Thank you. No, you look fantastic. Thank you. I just want to thank you for your contribution the last couple of days. Really, it wouldn't have been the same without you. Not only have you inspired people with your entrepreneurship and your story, but you've helped us today with a lot and lots of important business advice. Thank you so much for your efforts.
Thank you, Jason. And I think it was really reciprocate because for me, the past 48 hours have been like first nostalgia and second like really inspiring as well because it was a great surprise for me to have all the telecom meeting the startup and innovation world, and my mind is already, I came driving here and I was like, I think I'll talk to MasterCard and then connect this one and that one because I think it's on the right path,
I was wondering, as an entrepreneurial kind of person, were you any ideas you got for new businesses?
I did actually. Or at least connect people so they can do business and change industries because I think there's a lot of technologies out there and a lot of problems to be solved. And I think the telecom world can really help many industries come forward and be better in serving people.
Well, if anybody can do it, it's you. Because with your tenacity and your vision, it works every time.
Thank you, Jason, once again.
Have a wonderful evening tonight. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you for having me.
So I'm here with Dhiraj. Yeah, I'm going to do an interview with you. Yeah. Are you going to tell a joke? What was it like?
Let's do a dual interview. I'm going to...
A dual interview? Okay. What was it like to do the first Genesis live?
It was just absolutely amazing. I mean, this has been our dream to do something like that for a long time. And I always thought, for one reason or another, it was probably jinx because we tried to do it in Hong Kong and the riots happened, and then we tried to do it in Spain, and then COVID happened, and then COVID happened again, and here we are finally being able to do it. So it's been a long time coming. But what was it like for you? How do you feel?
Well, I just remember at one point being ecstatically happy, at one point actually being crying because of the content that we had today. There were some very emotional personal stories, and that was wonderful to hear. But overall, I got the feeling that we did something really dynamic and special. So I'm totally happy with it. And I don't know, I mean, should we do it again?
Do you know what? Right now, whatever we feel, I can bet you next week we'd want to do it again. Yeah, absolutely. Because what you remember is the great achievement that you have later on, the rush. You quickly forget all the hard work that's gone into it, and I'm sure we'll do it again. But what was your favorite moment of the last couple of days?
I think my favorite moment was seeing the Lions together on the stage and realizing that we had, we had such regional diversity, and that it was like a representative of the industry. So for me, it was really great to get their different opinions on something. It goes back to when I started ROCCO 10 years ago, and the fact that we're doing research. This was a live research. We were presenting solutions. The solutions were being presented, and they were being judged and given feedback on live. You can't get better than that, I don't think.
Absolutely. I think for me, it was basically I was looking at the stage and the screen and whatever, and one point I just turned around and looked at the audience, and I was almost feeling scared because it was absolutely packed, jam-packed, and there wasn't a place to sit, and people were coming in, and there wasn't, like, they were trying to get in. But then I looked, and there wasn't a single person who had his laptop on and was kind of going through emails. Every single person was looking at the stage and was completely engaged, and that went on throughout the day.
More people are starting to arrive. Let's go and welcome them. Thank you, Dhiraj.